You know that livestock contributes to more than 20% of the world's greenhouse gases, which is around 3.1 gigatons of carbon dioxide a year. Cows produce more greenhouse gases than any other animal per year, but still we continue to breed more cows. That begs the question, do the positives outweigh the negatives of the global impact the industry has on the environment? According to the College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Sciences, with every episode of gas, and especially burping, cattle release methane, which is 23 times more harmful than carbon dioxide. The main greenhouse gas in car emissions, besides cows' gas, their manure can be problematic. The phosphorus and nitrogen in cow's manure, after applied to farmland as fertilizer, can run off into water and produce harmful toxins to drinking water. As you've probably figured out by now, I'm going to be talking to you about one of the leading producers of methane gas, cows. I'll be going over how they produce methane and why it's so dangerous. Next, I'll be talking about other dangers that can be present in the environment other than methane and CO2 gases caused by cows. Lastly, I'll be talking about what you can do to help to reduce those numbers. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is why cows produce methane. One of the issues with the cow industry is that food that the cows are being fed is the main contributor to the high methane amounts. The type of grass that most farmers have started using is called perennial ryegrass, which is great for an economic standpoint, but is harder for cows to digest, thus producing more methane gas. According to the Climate and Clean Air Coalition, globally increased methane emissions are responsible for half of the observed rise in tropospheric ozone layers. While methane does not cause direct harm to human health or crop production, ozone is responsible for about 1 million premature respiratory deaths globally. The relatively short astromorphic lifespan of methane, combined with a strong warming potential, means that targeted strategies to reduce emissions can provide climate and health benefits within a few decades. The coalition supports implementation of control measures that, if globally implemented by 2030, can reduce global methane emissions by as much as 40%. Several of these emission reductions could be achieved with a net savings, providing quick benefits for the climate as well as public health and agricultural fields. The world should start looking at alternatives to beef and other cow products, such as milk, to help the environment. We as people need to be ready to make sacrifices in our own lives to truly see change happen. Other environmental impacts that cows have. While cows produce large amounts of methane gas and CO2, they also affect the environment in many different ways, such as polluting water sources and destroying wetlands. According to the World Wildlife Fund, dairy cows and their manure produce greenhouse gas emissions which contribute to climate change. Poor handling of manure and fertilizers can degrade local water resources. And unsustainable dairy farming and feed production can lead to loss of economical import areas such as prairies, wetlands, and forests. Reducing the population or stricter rules on where cows could help reduce the damage to wilderness and wetlands. Now, what can we do to help? As I've mentioned before, cows' diet can be a huge factor in how much gas is produced. So if we were able to change their diet and produce supplements for them, that would greatly impact the amount of methane gas produced. According to the Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development, there is a potential for natural compounds and materials to reduce methane products in livestock. Though these products have not been widely tested, feeding one type of seaweed at 3% of the diet has resulted in up to 80% reduction in the methane emissions from cattle. Fats and oils show the most potential for practical application to farming systems and show methane reductions of 15 to 20%. Other options include switching to more plant-based diets, or even opting for the new Impossible Burger that is out and supposed to taste like a beef patty. There are even little things we can do in our daily lives that will have a huge impact. I hope this will help you look at cows in a different way than you did before. We looked at how harmful cows can be to the environment, how much methane they produce and how harmful that can be, and what damages that can cause to the environment, like forests and wetlands. And also what we can do to change the impact that cows have on the environment. Sadly, my speech is coming to a close, but this is just the beginning of your journey to be more aware of the impact you can have on the environment. Hopefully you choose to make the little changes in your life that can greatly impact the environment around you, such as choosing different food sources or even reducing the amount of milk you drink. Thanks for listening to my speech today. I hope you make the little changes and will have a better impact on the environment. Thanks.